It is the best day of the summer. 7-Eleven, open 24/7. That's what we'll be saying about Stefon Diggs later this season. But it is free Slurpee day, everybody. So go on down to your local 7-Eleven. Get your free Slurpee because you know after work today, that's the first place that I'm going. So I figured I'd ask you guys before we started today's show, what is your favorite Slurpee flavor? For me, it's the classic blue raspberry, but I also kind of like the cherry Coke. I think that's a pretty good one. So go down in the comments right now and let me know what your favorite Slurpee flavor is. Welcome into Patriots Today by Chat Sports. I am your host, Brett Alper. And if you're on Twitter, you saw a lot of pictures of Patriots and videos of Patriots working out, and I'll just say it has me hyped up. It's getting me ready for the season, and it's bringing me even more hope that I already have. Let's make note that it's been a whole month since minicamp has finished. The Patriots, they haven't been in the facility since June, but that did not stop the Patriots from going out and working out. We're less than 2 weeks away from training camp, and a lot of players, I should say, not just a couple, they were getting work in before training camp starts on July 23rd. Now, I'll make note that the rookies do attend training camp July 19th, but the real thing starts July 23rd when it's open to the public. Now, before we break it all down, I just want to give a little update on our monthly sub battle. We're trying to beat last month's goal of 403 subs. We're at 100 right now. It is, if I check the date, it's 7-Eleven. We got 100. If we could get that boosted up, if you want Patriots coverage all throughout training camp, we'll be going live every single week. And then once the watch parties start, we'll be going live for those too. So make sure you subscribe to Patriots Today. So, like I said, because the facilities aren't open, it did not stop Drake Maye and company from getting the work in. And they went all the way out in another state, and they were just working out together. I got a bunch of pictures that I will show you. I wish I had videos, but I can't show you. You can see these are all the workouts. I just want to say this one thing. If you can find a picture of Drake Maye where he's standing straight up, please tweet it at me, at @TheRealAlper, because you will never see a picture of Drake Maye not lean to the left a little bit. Here's another one. This was an awesome video. If you can go on Twitter, I'll tweet out the video for you guys. So @TheRealAlper, if you want to see this. Drake Maye and Rhamondre Stevenson making crazy plays in the water on the field. And this was recreating the Titans play from last season, the buzzer beater. Drake Maye jumps off a jet ski and throws it deep to Rhamondre Stevenson, who grinds on the jet ski and catches the ball. It's an awesome video. You just see the chemistry just building with this team and them getting together. But it wasn't just one singular day that they were getting together, working out. This was a span of over 3 days. And you could see another tweet by Carlos Lopez. He's a great Pats follow. It was day 3 of Patriots off-season retreat in North Carolina. Drake Maye's leading his teammates through some drills, and they just kept wanting to go. And then Griffin, whoever, I think it's their photographer, he was posting this on his Instagram. Like I said, I can't show you the video. I wish I could because it just gets you extremely hyped up. Here is the list of all the Patriots that were at the workouts that we know of, that we have seen in the pictures. You have Drake Maye, Joshua Dobbs, Rhamondre Stevenson, Stefon Diggs, Kendrick Bourne, Kyle Williams, Pop Douglas, Jalen Polk, and then the tight end, Hunter Henry. I am just super excited about this. And when I saw all of them working together, it just shows that this team is really, really getting close. And they're really, really bought in. I love how they're not just, we can work out once the season starts, once training camp starts. No, because they want to get ahead. Drake Maye wants to get ahead. He wants to prove that he is going to be a top 10 quarterback in this league. And what does that also do? Not only are you working out, but if you went on Twitter, you could see all the videos of them just hanging out in the boat, just acting as a team. It's building chemistry. So when they get into the facility in 2 weeks, on July 22nd, they are going to get ahead of the game and be tied to a knot together of just how much chemistry this team has. Like, I really think that they're bought into, yeah, all right, we got to get together, because last year I didn't really see any of this. During the Mac Jones era, I didn't see any of this. And Mike Vrabel talked about it. He said the most important time is that 6-week period when we're not in the facility, after minicamp to training camp. This is where the real players put in the work and show what they are going to do. And you've seen that with the New England Patriots. Like, it is clear as day that they're taking this season seriously and are completely tired of losing. They don't want another 4-13 season. They don't want to be known as the laughing stock of the AFC East, coming in last, having a top 5 draft pick over and over and over. They're bought in, completely bought in. And I think Drake Maye is leading this pack, because they went to North Carolina. Where's Drake Maye from? North Carolina. So he's leading this. He's becoming that leader. And not to mention, it's kind of reminiscing about stuff we used to see back in the day. Because every single summer, when it was Tom Brady, he would bring in workouts with Julian Edelman and Danny Amendola, Chris Hogan, Grunk. We all knew about it. Every single year, they'd go to Montana, and they would have a retreat where it was blocking out everything from the outside world, and all they did was work out. Get ready. Like, I could post the pictures, but we all know about it, of them just in their shoulder pads. Like, that is what we've seen in the past, and we're seeing it get brought up by Drake Maye. He's leading the way. So this is only his second season. We know what Tom Brady did in his second season in the NFL, people. He won a Super Bowl. I'm not saying that's going to happen yet, but we can see Drake Maye growing right in front of our eyes. He is becoming a leader, and I think that he's going to become a top 10 quarterback this season. I think he's going to have a breakout year with the offense that they have and building that camaraderie together, and I love to see these workouts happening throughout the summer. Do you think Drake Maye will become a top 10 quarterback this season? Go down in the comments right now. Type Y for yes or type N for no. Please go on Twitter and just look up just everything that is going to be, just all the workouts that we saw. It is incredible to see. Now, I did have a picture of Kendrick Bourne, not Julian Edelman, Kendrick Bourne, and it was Drake Maye, Julian Edelman, or Edelman's right there. Drake Maye, Kendrick Bourne, and Stefon Diggs together. And I see this picture, and once again, I'll make the joke, he's leaning. But you can see that chemistry. But I don't truly know, is Kendrick Bourne going to be on this team going into the 2025 season? We'll talk about that in just a second. But first, this is the deal of the week. You guys missed out. It was $9.99. Well, Fanatics said too many people were buying this t-shirt for such a good deal, they raised the price up to $15.99. But that's still a deal, because the original price, $39.99, so you can get it 60% off today. It's a nice Patriots shirt. It's a Nike t-shirt. It's got that dry fit material, so if you want to go work out in it, that's perfect. If you also want to wear it casually, that's perfect. Go and get yours today, chatsports.com/Pats Nike. You know, I got a deal for you guys every single week, and that's the one this week. So go, once again, chatsports.com/Pats Nike. We'll have that in the comments and description of today's video. So we talked about Kendrick Bourne, and he was part of those workouts. He's really trying to put in that work because, honestly, he knows his job's on the line. And USA Today, they linked Bourne to a possible trade with the Philadelphia Eagles. And Corey Woodruff, who works for the Win, he said this: they have the most crowded receiver room in the NFL, and it feels like there'll be an odd man out with potential starters. Bourne still holds value as a veteran wideout who can help any quarterback, and New England might be curious to see what it could get in a future asset as opposed to cutting Bourne outright. The Eagles could give Bourne a clear path to the field and quarterback Jalen Hurts on excellent depth option in the passing game. Adding Bourne would be a really savvy move to address wide receiver depth for Philadelphia. And let's just talk about Kendrick Bourne. Like, you can see his 2024 season right there. It was not the best. He's kind of gone like as that top Patriots wide receiver and slowly started to creeping down. He's 29 years old, and I put a little asterisk there because his birthday's August 4th. So by the time that season starts, he's going to be 30 years old. And it really feels like his best years are behind him. I mean, you see that 2021 season. He's never going to be a guy that's going to get 100 receptions for 1,000 yards. But 800 yards, 5 touchdowns, 14.5 yards per catch. You can see it slowly going down. 14 to 12 to 11 to 10.9. And just one touchdown. Like, it has really started to decline. And as he gets on that opposite end of 30, it could be time for the Patriots to look in another direction. And when you look at the Patriots wide receiver chart, I've talked about it many times. I think there's going to be 6 or 7 wide receivers. Stefon Diggs, Pop Douglas, Kyle Williams, and Matt Collins are your guarantees. Now, Kendrick Bourne, Jalen Polk, Javon Baker, Kayshon Boutte, and Efton Chisholm, those are the guys that are fighting for a roster spot. And with Kayshon Boutte he's a lot younger than Kendrick Bourne and also more productive than Kendrick Bourne. It may seem like he's on his way out. Me personally, I would entertain a trade for Kendrick Bourne because I think he's on the chopping block. I think he's a potential cut candidate. The Patriots, they don't have a lot of spots for a roster. You can't keep 8 wide receivers on this roster. So Kendrick Bourne with the opposite end, I said 30, his time in New England might be up. And here's the trade that USA Today proposed. It was you give the Eagles Kendrick Bourne and the Patriots get a 7th round pick. Like, it's not really much, but it's something for a guy that the Patriots could just end up cutting outright before the season starts when you got to cut down to a 53-man roster. What would you guys do? Would you make the trade? Would you just say, all right, we'll take a 2026 7th round pick? It's not much, but it's something. Type T for trade or type P for pass. I really don't know if the Eagles would even entertain something like that because they know that he could cut. Like, they also have depth. They have A.J. Brown. They have Devontae Smith. But maybe you could get those calls talking. Like, yeah, I would accept this trade. I said Kendrick Bourne's probably going to get cut. That's just me personally. I think they're going to keep Kayshon Boutte over him, but get those calls talking. Maybe you could work something out. Maybe kind of say, hey, Howie, what would you do for A.J. Brown? Now that we're talking about Kendrick Bourne, how about A.J. Brown trade? What do you got? Just get on the phone. And I will say that if this trade happened, it would guarantee Efton Chisholm a roster spot on here because then you have 7. So I think Jalen Polk is going to be on the pup. You have Stefon Diggs. You have Kyle Williams, Matt Collins, Pop Douglas. That's 5 right there. Kayshon Boutte, and then Efton Chisholm. So right there, those are your 7 wide receivers. You get rid of Kendrick Bourne. You have a spot for Chisholm perfectly. And I think that Chisholm, as an undrafted free agent, you could see those stats right there, 120. He's just getting out of college. It would just be a great job to kind of groom him into being that next Julian Edelman. That's going to do it for today's episode of Patriots Today by Chat Sports. If you want to keep the conversation going or you want to see all those videos of the Patriots working out, go hit me up on Twitter and go hit me up on Instagram @TheRealAlper. And as always, let's go Pats.